To give you an idea of how rough the next few weeks, perhaps the next few months of the COVID situation in the US might be, let's take a look at the ICU capacity issue that many areas of the country are currently facing. There you're seeing sort of a heat map for how full ICUs are in different counties. And you can see a lot of areas, I mean, even the light areas are 75% full. But you can see a lot of areas at the 90, 95% plus capacity at this point. I want to focus on a couple of different areas. In El Paso, hospitals reported that just 13 of their 400 intensive care beds were not occupied last week. In Fargo, North Dakota, there were just three beds. In Albuquerque, there were 0. There are some areas, and you can go on the New York Times and you can type in your zip code. You can find out what it's like in your area. There were ones that were over 100%. Here in LA, we're at 80%. It is a city of like 11 million people in the general area, and there's very little excess capacity when these numbers continue to rise as they have been. My mom's town that she lives in Florida is at 100% capacity right now. McAllen, Texas, the closest sort of like small city to where my in-laws live, is at 88% right now. This is not about one city or one state. This is across America. This is just the natural outcome of the cases going up and now the hospitalizations are going up. And when this happens, when they max out, it doesn't just mean more deaths from COVID, although that is horrific enough. It also means they need that capacity for other stuff too. Other injuries and diseases don't go away during this time. But now they're gonna have to make very tough decisions about who actually gets help. And it's not just that the beds will be closed, it's people are going to be taken off of ventilators and things like that to make room for people who are even worse off. So some people who in theory, if we had the capacity, if we had lowered the curve and all of that, might still be receiving help soon, will have to be triaged out of that help to make way for people who are even worse off. So that is coming soon to cities across America.
Yeah, you know how the fake outrage from many Republicans talking about the domestic violence being on the rise, depression being on the rise, people's alcoholism and potential drug use being on the rise because of quarantine and sitting at home and a lack of cross, interaction and community in the world, in the country specifically, I guess, since we're talking about our numbers. So if you're concerned about those things, aren't you concerned about them getting help for those things? Part of that help, it's health. You have to go get checked out. Cancer screenings are way down. Do you care about that? So if someone does have a stroke, heart attack because of all this indulging in alcoholism and smoking and drug use and potential bad eating, getting takeout, whatever it is that people are doing that is making such an unhealthy scenario that we're concerned about, they need hospital access as well. So do we care about these things you guys are claiming to care about with everyone's health outside of COVID related issues? Or do you not? Because if you did, you'd like for them to get help. This is how our healthcare system works, in case they didn't know.
Yeah, 100%. Really fast, just a couple more numbers for you. More than a third of Americans live in areas where hospitals are running critically short of intensive care beds. And 1 in 10 Americans live in an area where intensive care beds are either completely full or fewer than 5% are available. And look, we throw this out here, hoping that it will change people's behavior, because this is like we've gone along a lot of steps to get to this point. The next few steps are going to be even rougher, okay? And we're trying to get people to take seriously the travel, trying to get them to socially distance, trying to get them to understand that if you do get sick, there is no guarantee that there is going to be a bed waiting for you. And as we approach Christmas, factor that into your planning.
I want to point out now, John, it sounds like you're being not conspiratorial. It sounds like this is what maybe opponents to this would say is you're fear-mongering, you're trying to scare people. How do you know that's gonna happen? We heard the same thing in April, May, June, when people said, hey, look out, this is what's gonna happen in the fall because of the way that we're acting and because it's the natural way things go. They give reasons why we have these projections of what can happen with COVID. And then when you give those projections, they go, why are you just fear-mongering? How do you know what's gonna happen? Then it happens, and you say the next step means this is gonna happen next because I'm seeing our behaviors. And they go, well, how do you know? It keeps happening.
Yeah. By the way, I just saw a comment on Twitch. Day Ranger says 1000% JR. The other deaths that are not directly COVID that kill more and more as hospitals are overrun, depression and suicide, domestic violence rises. So sad.
Yeah, the next time a Republican, even if it's not, if your friend of yours or family member says, hey, you know all the bad things that are happening to people in their houses now, we need to open up so that they won't be committing so much domestic violence and alcoholism and all these things, et cetera, et cetera. If you and ask them next, because no one ever finishes the thought. They like to give you the fear part, but they don't give you the solution because they don't have one. The end point is the fear. So after they say it, go, oh man, that's concerning. What should we do about that? After that's just opening up. What do we do about the people who are now addicted to drugs? What do we do about people who are now are beating on their family members? Or what do we do about the alcoholism? What should we do now? Are you concerned about it? And when they go, I don't know, go, well, until you have a solution to this problem, how about you shut up?
Yeah. For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.